Hello and welcome to Apex Instant Tips episode number 194, brought to you most Fridays at 12:05 Eastern Time. We're your hosts. I'm Anton.
And I'm Marwa. Hi, Anton.
Hi, Marwa. Hopefully Marwa's connection is going to be super strong today, but today's tip is only related to Apex, in that Apex uses database objects, database packages, and an application that is stored in the database. And so one of the things that we have to do as part of our development cycle is understand how to get stuff from our development environment to our test environment to our production environment, how to do that life cycle, and how to build those scripts. And for literally for decades, I've been working with a series of ways to install an application, handcrafting DDL scripts, making sure that they get run in the right order, making sure that I capture everything that gets done in the database, any add column, new table, makes it into the script. And there's a management effort to that for sure. So much so that on large projects, we actually have a person dedicated to just doing that in the past. But Marwa, I understand there's a better way.
Yes, and it's about the tip of today. So you're going to present some more information about SQL CL projects.
Yes, and a better way, let's say a different way, because I don't want to denigrate the way we've been doing it. The way we've been doing it has been super effective for decades, but SQL CL projects maybe eases the burden a little bit.
Exactly.
Now, this is a huge topic, and there's no way I'm going to get close to showing you what you need to know to use SQL CL projects. So what are we going to do about that, Marwa? Well, maybe Marwa can't hear me.
So we can give you a little more extra time, just.
Yeah, and we've got a few blog posts that we're going to point you to as well. There's great content out there available, so we're going to send you to some blog posts as well. But I just want to give people a taste for what we're going to be doing. And so let's jump right in. I'll share my screen and I'll give you an idea what is going on. So just to set the stage, everything that I'm showing you here can be done straight in the command line terminal, but I'm using VS Code because it allows me to show everything at once. On the left, I have my my folder structure. Here in the middle, I can show the contents of files, and at the bottom, I have a terminal window going. And so this is if you were starting a brand new project, you might just have a new folder on your desktop. In this case, it's AIT 194. You might just have a new folder on your machine, and you're starting a brand new project. So I'm going to kick off 5 minutes. I'm going to show you how perhaps you could start things off. So here, this is a little bit crazy, but the first thing I need to do is I need to say, this is going to use Git. So I'm going to initialize a main branch. So there we go. And what we can see here is at the bottom left, it now has main. So it's telling me I'm using Git. If I do an ls -al, you can see it created a .git folder. You're going to want to do a lot more than that, but we've got 5 minutes, so we're going to run right into it. The next thing is I need a directory structure to store all of my DDL scripts and all of that kind of thing. And I could create that structure myself, but there's a better way, and that is SQL CL Projects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick off a no-log session in SQL CL Project, and I'm going to initialize a SQL CL project. So all I do is type project init-name AIT194, and I have to tell it what schemas are associated with my project. I can do multiple schemas. I'm not going to get into the whole kinds of things. I'm going to use one schema right now. It's called Talon test. I have a Talon test schema. Boom. I do that, and it created for me a few things. It created this dist directory, this source directory. Within the source directory, we can see it created a database directory and Talon test So it knows that there's a user Talon test that's going to be needed for this. My DB tools directory has configurations. I can change things like, do I want to emit the schema name in front of objects? I can, a whole bunch of things. Obviously don't have the time to go into this, but there's a lot of things I can tweak about this. And then one of the things that I do want to mention is the project filters. This is a list of all of the things that SQL CL is going to manage on my behalf. I don't have to worry about objects and indexes and synonyms, queues, queue tables. I'll tell you, queue tables actually doesn't work right now, but the queues, dependencies, ORD schema, Apex applications, it can export all of these kinds of things on my behalf for me and manage my scripts. Not only manage getting the scripts out, but understanding whether those scripts should be create table, alter table, all of those kinds of things. It will recognize that. So let's jump in. Let's get this going right away. The first thing I need to do is I need to commit the work I've done so far. I could exit out of SQL CL, but if I put an exclamation point, often called a bang, I can run a host command. So I'm going to do git add, git commit. By the way, I could just come up here and I could just commit up this way, right? I can say project init, and I don't have to do a command line. I can do here and I can say commit all that stuff. So that stuff just all got committed. So now when I come back up here, nothing's green. Okay, so I've done that. Now I want to actually export my project. So what I have to do is I have to connect to my dev database and do an export. So this is going to be my Talon test schema. So I'm connecting to that schema. Watch what happens on the left. I'm going to do project export. Now, if I only wanted to export a certain object, I could do -O and give the objects I want. But we got a minute left. Project export. Check out what's going on the left. It's creating all of the structure that I need, as well as the actual scripts. You can see it's got my create. Yeah, amazing. And the key element here, I'm going to say, is it's got this hash and this description of this table right here. And the reason that this is so important is what it's going to do when I did this export, it did the export as if this was clean and I'd never done it before, which is true this time. But when I next say, I'm going to go ahead and commit all of this stuff to this branch. So this is, I'm just going to say init, commit, get this stuff all committed. So now all of my things are there. Now when I do project stage, this is a key element. It looks at everything that's in this directory. It compares it to what's in my main branch, which right now is nothing, but it compares it to my main branch and it decides whether those should be create tables or alter tables or all that kind of thing. Well, that was my 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and do the project stage.
So
right
you're
here.
supposed, do you want to be in a new feature branch?
No, right. I didn't do any of that stuff.
I did not want to interrupt because I have a very bad internet connection. But what you mentioned is very is clean, and we understood that you were talking about being in a feature branch, and then you see.
But I didn't check out a branch. Marwa, Marwa and I always forget when I'm doing this fast. I always forget to create that feature branch. And Marwa's job was to interrupt me, but her connection wasn't good enough.
I was trying.
Okay, right. Okay, so I can't stage, but the good news is I didn't have to stage. I didn't have to stage because my main branch was empty. So I actually got crazy lucky because I did this in the main branch and I'm good. Okay, we're going to spend another 3 minutes. I'm going to do it the right way. So now my main branch actually has this stuff, right? And I've committed it. It's in my main branch. Interrupt me, Marwa. What should I do right now?
A new feature branch.
Okay, so I'm going to make a new feature. So we're going long because I goofed it up so badly. Git checkout dash B F1 feature one. Okay, so I'm in my new feature branch. I want to do something in this branch. So, well, let's see. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to tell my MCP add a favorite color. I'm going to say using the Talon test connection, add a favorite color column to the employee table. Be sure to also add it to the associated API. I don't know if this is going to do this right. I'm going to try it really quickly. If not, we're going to move on really quickly. Let's see if this thing is going to be able to just do it for me. This isn't a talk on using the AI agent and all that kind of thing, but let's see. Is it able to
It's
do
a
it?
big topic. Presenting information about SQL CL, it's a big topic, but that's why you are allowed to have extra time.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So I mean, I could just alter the table and add the column. But let's see if this thing does it. It's got another 50 seconds working, workspace structure.
Okay.
Creating 60. Whoa, this is am I in agent mode or in planning mode? I don't even know here. I think it might be in planning mode and not agent mode. Oh, no, it is in agent mode. So look, it looks like maybe it's going to do it. We'll give it another 10 seconds or so.
Analyzing. Okay.
Did it do it? Processing, updating the package spec. Okay.
It says like it's
Let's see
still
if it did it.
working.
It says ran this.
Like we can.
Let's describe the employee table. We'll see if it did anything. Nope. Oh, look, it looks like it did it. Okay. I think it did. No, I think it's called HR employee. Oh boy, this is. Let's see if we got no slow. I have SQL up and running. Let's take a look here. Do I have it? HR employee. Can I refresh it? Columns. Nothing's going well for me today. We got our next 5 minutes. We're going to assume that this thing has done it. We've got my whole thing in here. What I would do next, if I didn't do it, is I would do, oh, there's my timer is going off. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. I would do a project export. I don't know what tables are in there, what's not in there, but I would do a project export. Let's hope that this thing does export. So, oh, and I should have done a dash V, because if I had done a dash V, it would actually show me what it did. But okay, so there we go. If we look here, it looks like favorite color did get added. That's my guess. Okay, it looks like favorite color got added here. We're going to check really quickly. Favorite color, yes, it's here. I think it's in the SQL CL snapshot as well. Let's just check. Yes, it is. Hair color, favorite color. Good. Okay, so it exported it. That's what we were looking for. Now we're going to commit all of this stuff. Okay, feature one got committed. Now, this is where the magic comes in. This is what I was trying to tell everybody. We're going to change back to the main branch. I didn't just stage it. Project, did I stage it? I didn't export. Project stage. Okay, commit again. Okay, did I add? I think it added in. Good. If I did everything right, I can now go back to the main branch, switch to the main branch, and I can do a git merge F1, boom. And then if I've done everything the way I should have, and it's all right, I should be able to dig into here and see that I've got an alter in my dist directory. I'll actually have a F1, an alter statement, because it will have figured out that it should be up there. Okay, there's the magic. Finally, it did in fact did an alter statement. So it knows that I've altered this table. It's created the right thing because it did all its comparisons, and now I'm ready to actually migrate this to a different environment. And if I target a different environment, test or production or whatever it might be, and I do the next few steps, which is essentially a project deploy to that target environment, it's going to know what scripts have already been run, and it will run exactly the right ones. So if that environment never had the create table run, it will first run the create table, and then it will run the alter table. But if that environment has already had the create table run, it will recognize that, and it will only run the alter. Whew, okay.
Great,
So,
great. That was not easy. That was not easy. You presented a lot of information, and
yeah, very nice of you, Marwa.
thank you.
to say that. Let me point out, here's what you want to do, really. You want to go to Scott Spendolini's blog, and you want to follow his blog to get you started with this. We're going to put this on the screen right now, Scott's blog post about this right here. It is spendolini.blog/using SQL CL projects. It's in the comments, if you look in the comments. Next, once you understand how to do this kind of thing and what it's doing, once you've been through this particular presentation, the next presentation that I think you should look at is Jeff Smith's presentation on how to do this if you already have stuff in your production environment. What I showed would have gone easily to a clean production environment, brand new schema. But you want to, if you want to do it to an environment that already has stuff, you should check Jeff Smith's. And then, perhaps most importantly, before you actually do any of this in your actual production environment, you should check out Alex's Alex's repository that has all kinds of immensely helpful things about SQL CL project. Alex is a member of the InSum team. Alex is the guy that I lean on when I have questions. So absolutely, you should do that. Wow, this may be our longest tip ever, Marwa, and it's mostly because I goofed it up.
Anyway, no, but you presented amazing stuff, and those are very useful links. So thank you. Thank you.
Well, okay. I think the only thing we have left is the Apex Instant Cat. Can you help us out?
She's so focused, listen and learning from you.
There he is. Put him right up in the middle so we can really see him. There we go. And who is this, Marwa?
This is Mamita. She's called Mamita.
Excellent.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining Apex Instant Cats today. If you like the show, make fun of me in the comments if you have to. Thanks, everyone. See you next week. Oh, I'm looking at